just tastes like shit.
I mean, that seemed to be the case for just about all these.
It's wild, but how you doing, Steve?
Oh, I'm cool. There's this one person I would like to drop on their head on a bed of nails, but there's like actually two people. This one bitch I just like to put a pin in her and watch her deflate. She looks
Okay.
like she looks like a bowling ball with a afro puff coming out of her baseball cap. And I just want to roll her down a lane and pick up my 710 split.
It's fucking wee bowlers, Steve.
You know what? Like, it really pisses me off when bitches are fat with little titties. I don't know why the fuck that aggravates me. It like actually sends me over, Matt. It pisses me the fuck off. Like, you have no redeeming. Like, you're fat as fuck and you have little titties. At least, like,
I
if you
never
were,
understood it. I've seen it a lot in the wild, Steve. I've gone out on a lot of dates in the past, and I've seen it in real time. And I just always wondered like how that happens because
how?
I'm a guy. When I gain weight, it goes right to my tits. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the natural thing. But I'm with you, Steve.
Or no
No ass
ass.
or tits. It's just a big wide back.
Ugh. Like, go back to your maker. Why are you here? Why are
The
you here? Like,
mold broke, Steve. Literally, it broke and it kind of deformed a little bit.
now there's some cute big chicks out here, like cute face, and they got big juicy titties that I love to take down. Love to take down. It's like, yeah, I'm big, but they got the makeup for it. Big titties or a nice juicy ass and a cute face. A cute face could salvage a lot of shit. And I know people, Steve, how you talk about somebody look? You look in the mirror. All right, whatever. But back to the fat bitch with no titties. Do something with that.
I don't. I mean, I think it's a. I feel like sometimes, Steve, taking this to a philosophical route, sometimes people are ugly on the outside because they got something wrong on the inside. So that's my take, is that if you see that in the wild, there's something going on under the hood that is causing the madness of the body. It's like a Hulk thing.
Yeah.
They're
What
Hulk.
that is? It's lasagna.
It's a lot of cheeseburgers. Yeah. But no, I get it, Steve. And as somebody who, in my past life may have bed some women with that sort of body type, it is disappointing. But then again, when I push the perspective towards myself, I'm sure if a lady in the past saw me naked and was like, oh, so there's that.
But now we're at a place where we can look back and laugh at all the fatties because you're not him anymore.
Yeah, true. And I do
that. For the record, I never laughed at you for being a plus size gentleman because you were my boy.
You did.
I talked about other fat people though.
Yeah, you supported
me. I got on
not physically, but.
Yeah. I gave you a hug from time to time. We don't hug enough, Matt. I did support you physically.
We were 90s guys, Steve. I didn't mean that. I just meant like in the comical, like you had to hold me up like Atlas, like that, like a boulder. No, you didn't do
that. Okay, so
but we were 90s people, Steve. We don't have that in us to do that. It's a screeching trial laden process of actually being like supportive and loving to our fellow friends. Sometimes I feel like, because us dudes back in the 90s, we were dropping hard F's, all that, and then now to be like, dude, man, everything's gonna be okay. I love you. Like, I'm here for you. When I say stuff like that, I mean it. And I've said it to you or other people, but still inside, I'm like, douche. You sound like a douche.
No, you don't. I mean, that's the 90s in you.
Exactly. I mean, I can't help it. That just is what it is. It's a reflex that I control. I keep it inside, but still, when I do that, I'm like inside going, God, you're such a fucking douche.
Matt, if if you could do some Gary Wyatt type ish,
Oh,
what would
believe me,
you?
I've already thought of this, Steve.
Yeah, what would you put in that Xerox machine or whatever it was to create your woman, your dream woman?
So we're getting the Tyra Banks uh Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue from the 90s, the one that we all know and love. I'd throw that in for the body, cut it off at the forehead because I don't need that action. Pam Grier is going in there. Tasheen Arnold's going in there. The chick from Weird Science, the TV show, is going in there. I'll throw her in. She's fine. We'll throw a couple hotties, like some Jenny McCarthy's in there, some Pam Andersons. And I don't think I'm throwing the Merriam-Webster's dictionary in those, Steve. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to throw a couple
Right.
other hotties in there. I'm definitely going to just throw some like really tawdry pornos in there too to make sure that this cyber lady's coming out ready to go. You know,
Got to. That's necessity.
Jugs magazine. Just go. It's really just pornos, Steve. Like I don't know what they were thinking, but throw a couple of J.C. Penney bra and panty shots in there from the 90s from for Little Mad. I'd be ready to go.
Some
But
stockings.
I didn't
With
have I had a 28.8K modem, Steve, so I don't think I could have made this happen. But what about you? What would you have put in the sexy woman scanner?
well, she's got to know what's going on in the sports world and ideally what's going on in my sports world. So I'm going to have a picture of a Cowboys cheerleader, a picture of a Buckeyes cheerleader, and
All
you
right.
don't have to care about basketball. I'll fill you in on who to follow, who to like, and who not to like.
So
But
you don't want to throw like the personality of like a Pat Summerall in there that like a hottie that just has sports knowledge out the butt. You just want her to be aware of it, basically.
aware of it and be a fan. Be really big in the Buckeyes. Be really big into the Star. And I got to throw in some sense of humor. I always love a chick with a sense of humor. So I'm going to throw in some dirty comics. Throw in some Richard, throw in some George. So
Okay.
we're like here. She gets me. Dirty dad jokes. Oh my God, you're laughing at those. You got my heart. And then I like an intelligent chick. So I don't know about Webster's, but I'll throw in Wikipedia catalog. Whatever, like
No, don't throw that in, Steve. That's gonna
don't,
go wacky.
yeah, you're right. We would have to we
You
would
need
argue a
to
lot.
proofread that. Yeah, you don't want to do that, but I get it. Throw in a HuffPost.com article. I don't know, like what's the 2000s equivalent or the 90s equivalent of the Merriam-Webster's. I don't know. What were those encyclopedias that everybody had that are no longer like even valid information? Like one of those, a Britannica, you know?
Britannica,
There we go.
encyclopedia. Yeah. And I give her transcripts of happened in the 90s episodes.
Nice. Yeah. She definitely have to just go through the catalog for sure. But then I feel like it'd just be kind of like talking to me, Steve, and I don't know. That's a little bit of a mind fuck, but
Well,
yeah, I
I'm
like
not.
that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Steve. She's a genie, so you gotta like keep that. You're basically creating a great friend and wife, but this woman's a genie that's going back in the computer. Like it doesn't need to be that in depth. You know what I'm saying? I went dirty with it, and now I'm feeling a little bit self conscious. I guess.
Well, I left out. Yeah, I would definitely add a picture of Portia Williams and Roxy Reynolds and Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yes. Would it be later Tiffany Amber or would it be the 90s Tiffany Amber? Because I'm talking
Yes.
like third. Okay. I like that. I like that answer.
Yeah. Either way. Either way.
Ladies man Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Steve. That's that's mint condish right there. That's perfect. Curvy. Voluptuous.
From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intentions?
Oh man, I wish I had that scanner though, Steve. Back in the day, little Matt G would have loved to create himself a woman genie. That would have been great. Would have gotten pretty gross though.
Be pretty sticky. This is Steve G and Matt G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and your Mighty Ducks jerseys, because I'm a hustler. New Jack, New Jack, New Jack, hustler. New Jack, hustler. HUSTLE, hustler. New Jack, New Jack, New Jack, hustler.
Is that iced tea coming through? Ice?
Well, today, my friend, we're talking all things March 5th in the 90s. If I go fag, you will die. Starting off in 1990, various artists would release New Jack City soundtrack. And here we are, man.
The movie, The Wonder, Snipes, Ice-T. I got to be honest with you, Steve. I've heard the New Jack City soundtrack prior to this. It never clocked as one of my favorites, but it's attached to a movie that is one of my favorites. So it's up there. So I don't know how to equate that, like what the average is, but this is not on the top. It's in the top 10 maybe of soundtracks, but man, it's creeping in there, Steve.
It's easily in my top 10 of movie soundtracks because not only is the music good, but it captures the essence of this time. I've talked about the New Jack Swing era, and it doesn't get more New Jack Swing than the New Jack City soundtrack, Matt.
I wanna sex you up.
Exactly. All night, make me feel I want you now. That song.
Is Keith on this?
Yeah, don't go telling me no or something like that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's a banger, Steve. But like I said, there's Above the Rims, there's other soundtracks that I can name, and I'm even gonna go non-hip hop related movie soundtracks that just clock in my head before this. But I mean, dude, when you have a movie like this and a soundtrack like this doesn't happen anymore. They don't make movie soundtracks, but like it's weird to well, it's not weird. It's awesome when both of them are fantastic. Usually it's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? There's few things where you get the movies fantastic and the soundtracks I can't say just as good, but the musical equivalent, I guess we would say.
When I hear any of these songs outside of the movie, I think of this movie. I think about the scene from this movie, like the Color Me Bad song. I think about when Nino Brown is giving the eyes to G Money's girl. When New Jack Hustler, whenever I hear that, I see Ice-T chasing down Pookie, chasing down Chris Rock on the bike. Don't wake me, I'm dreaming. Cause I'm dreaming, leave me alone. Come on, Matt.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good, and I do love that. That's what's great about music in general. Is like it just like transports you, I guess, into the scene of the movie.
It totally does, man. Hustler, New Jack, New Jack, New Jack, Hustler, HUSTLER.
But this is a lesson to people that are making movies now. Get back to this. Give us the total package. You got to get people in the seats in the theater and just like in general. And I know people don't buy CDs or whatever now, but you got to like the accompaniment of music that goes with a movie like this. It's not just like a collection of songs that they just threw into a CD for a movie. Man, I'd love to see that again. I miss that.
Same. But in 1993, Getting By debuts on ABC. Widow Dolores and her two boys and divorcee Kathy and her two girls move into a big house together to start over. It starred Cindy Williams, Thelma Hawkins, Deion Richmond, and Merlin Santana. 2 seasons, 31 episodes, Matt.
Shirley, Aunt Rachel, but not Aunt Rachel. It's not her. It's not the character. But it's her. Yeah. Which I found confusing. But Steve, I'm here to tell you, I do not remember the show. Usually I'll remember a song, the opening, something. And this was on TGIF.
Yeah.
I'm not clocking this.
Well, now you know where Aunt Rachel went.
Yeah, she moved into a house with Shirley and her kids.
Yeah, trivia buffs out there. And Dion Richmond, he played Bud, famously known as Bud from the Cosby Show, Rudy's best friend, and Merlin Santana, a young Romeo.
Oh, okay. I did try to watch the first episode, Steve, and I got to be honest with you, it's a little hokey, but it's the 90s.
Exactly.
It's still got the Laverne and Shirley-ish. Like, it's got that tone and like
Brady Bunchish.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like the word, but just like the rhythm of that show, like every joke ends with like, well, I guess we'll do this. It just sounds like, it's very scripted.
But that's what I love about things like that. I didn't care for it as a kid, but like clearly we missed that decade. We missed that decade, and shows like this, even if they're goofy and corny, it's just like, oh, laugh track, studio audience. That wasn't funny, but I miss you.
How to feel.
Yes.
Hell yeah. But TGIF was just throwing shit out, Steve. I mean, they were succeeding. So they're like, I mean, we got Shirley. We got a little bit of the Family Matters. Let's try to fucking sneak that sauce in. I got to be honest, too, the kitchen in the show, there's something very it's like they reversed another kitchen that I'm thinking of. But yeah. I can tell. What, we get 2 seasons of this?
2 seasons.
Well, we got one in ABC and one in NBC, obviously. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, but after 1 season, who does? Yeah, we don't want you anymore. Get out of our block, our TGIF block. Get out of here.
Get out of here. NBC, take this shit.
On that same day in 93, Where I Live premieres on ABC. It starred Dougie Doug, Flex Alexander, Sean Baker, Lorraine Toussaint, Yanoka Doyle, and Sullivan Walker, and Jason Bowes Smith. And Jason Bowes Smith is the guy that killed Eddie Furlong in American History X. But
really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But in this show, he plays like the little runt that's always following around Dougie Doug and Flex. He wants to be cool with them. He's kind of like the Roger, because he has a crush on Dougie Doug's little sister, played by Yanoka Doyle.
Why do I know her? Because I know that face.
You've seen her. She is one of Ashley Banks' friends in the later seasons, and she's been in other stuff. She might have been in Sister Sister. She's got one of those kind of vibes.
Yeah, I mean, Flex, decorated UPN actor. I mean, what was this guy? I just know him and like that. It's like that. Snakes on a Plane, I think he was in. Like he's just always in a movie where you don't clock him as the main guy, basically. You know what I mean?
He's a homeboy from outer space, Matt.
There we go. Theolosius or whatever. I forget what his name was, but Flex, dude, what a name. I love the name Flex. What's his last name? What's the government?
Exactly. That's how cool he is. He's just Flex. He's Flex Alexander, but we've all known him as Flex. 4 letters. That's how dope he is. Shout out to Flex, man.
Yeah, dude. That's a powerful name. Flex, dude. Hell yeah.
Time to have sex. But on that same day in 93, Amos and Andrew debuts. A Pulitzer Prize winner author buys a cabin. The neighbors get suspicious when a strange black man breaks in and calls the police, who shoot at him. The sheriff tries a cover-up involving a white petty crook. Bad idea. Directed by E. Max Fry, starring Nicolas Cage, Samuel Jackson, Michael Lerner, Margaret Collin, Brad Dourif, and Dabney Coleman.
I mean, Giancarlo Esposito is in this. I mean, this movie has a bunch of stars in it, but
Giancarlo,
dude, that guy's a beast, man. Shout out to Giancarlo, one of the coolest people possibly ever. And he's just aged like a fine wine, too. And that's a weird thing for a man to say about a man. But I got to say, it's cool to see. Love it.
But, dude, he's been around forever, Matt. Did you know he was in Trading Places? Dude, we were barely born.
Yeah. And he's been acting his ass off that whole time. I mean, he's acting longer than we've been alive, Steve. Same with Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
I was extremely excited because I had never heard of this movie. And once I saw it was these 2 guys as like the main guys, and this is kind of like a buddy comedy action movie type thing. I was like, okay, caught me off guard. Not as great as I think, Steve. I gotta say, it was a kind of a snoozer, but I love seeing Dabney Coleman. I love seeing Chucky, Brad Dourif up in this.
Totally against trope.
And yeah, I mean, I think I texted you this last night. I just think this is a movie about Perrysburg, basically, for a lot of it. You know, the cops, them trying to being suspicious of Samuel L. Jackson. It's a little heavy-handed, I'd say. But I guess that's it. And then they nearly kill the guy, and I turned it off. I just kind of tuned it out for a while, and then I came back in when it became the buddy thing again. But I was just kind of like disappointed, Steve.
Well, I do remember it being a part of that Showtime HBO deal, because around this same time, National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon aired. We just talked about it about a month ago, and from what I thought, I remember this was the same vibe, but it wasn't as slapsticky and it wasn't as good. I thought it was supposed to be funny. I think you call it a comedy, but I can't tell. The movie's just, yeah.
You know what what movie this kind of reminded me of? There was this movie called Fled in the 90s with Lawrence Fishburne and Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing where it was like them running away from like the cops and stuff. And it's kind of an action movie. They're making jokes, but it doesn't really fall within any sort of genre. But it's, always fun to see Nick Cage. He's kind of the 90s Nick Cage here, a little more. He's not the overacting Nick Cage that I was hoping for. Kind of like a lovable loser type dude, but I don't know, man. There's better from both these guys, but I, love to see these guys. Wish the movie was a little bit better, but hey, what are you going to do?
And on that same day in 93, Mad Dog and Glory premieres when shy, soft-spoken Chicago detective Wayne Mad Dog Doby inadvertently saves the life of a local gangster, Frank Milo. He's the reluctant recipient of an unusual one-week thank you gift, a beautiful bartender named Glory. Directed by John McNaughton, starring Robert De Niro, Uma Thurman, Bill Murray, Kathy Baker, and David Caruso.
I mean, you can deliver Uma Thurman up to me as a gift any day of the week. That's cool.
This movie, not so much.
Yeah. I do like seeing Bill Murray try kind of being a cold-blooded gangster a little bit, but he's, that's all I can say. Like, he's not really, he's not lighting the movie on fire, but I think that they had to do something because I think from what I read, De Niro was going to be the thug. And he auditioned and was like, I want to play the soft-spoken guy. So I guess maybe the thought was, well, we got the ultra thug playing the soft-spoken guy. Let's get a comedian to play the thug in this movie. It's just wacky casting. The fight at the end's hilarious. It's almost like the They Live fight where they're just beating the shit out of each other. Not for that long.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Bill Murray did break De Niro's nose in that scene for real. So I guess that's the second time that actually happened to him. And I guess Bill Murray can throw a punch, Steve. That's proof positive.
He is from Chi-Town. But what you just said right there, Bill Murray as the head of a mob. Come on, bro. Like, I can't get past that part. Like, they should have stuck with the...
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
They should have stuck with the original plan. And I know De Niro, he probably wanted to go against trope. But, bro, stick to what you know. This is the first time Scorsese and De Niro collaborated where he didn't direct. He was the producer of this, and maybe he should have.
I mean, De Niro as like the guy you don't think he should be playing, great in Jackie Brown. That's an example where it works. In this, I mean, he just comes out like he's just kind of a bitch in the movie, to be honest with you. And like even at the end when they're about to fight, he's like, he's kind of like crying and stuff. It's weird. So maybe that was like the thing. Like, look at De Niro take this. He's not Cape Fear De Niro. It's freaking cry on a doorstop De Niro or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, it's another one where it's like interesting to like see the box. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Like, let's see where we go with this. And then, like, 45 minutes into this, I was like, Jesus Christ, how much longer we got? Like, that's not a good sign.
It's not, man. And it's a movie with Bill Murray, Uma Thurman, and Robert De Niro. Like, who would have thought it would suck that much?
I mean, it is what it is. I wish that I just think it could have gone harder or something, but I don't know. You know, there's better, like what I said for the movie prior to this, there's better from both.
Better for both. In that following year, 1994, Duckman debuts on USA with I Duckman. Duckman tries to figure out who is trying to kill him. Hilarity ensues.
Yeah, this is a great premiere episode, and I feel like this is actually, to me, one of the best Duckman episodes. We get a lot of like wackiness in this that I just enjoyed. So shout out to Jason Alexander, always killing it. We talk about him a lot on the show for a lot of reasons. And as far as we've done a lot of episode ones on this show, Steve, I love it. Great episode one.
Never would have thought I'd be a huge Jason Alexander fan growing up.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah, the guy, the scumbag from Pretty Woman, really did good on himself, Steve. He really he kept skyrocketing after that movie. So I'm as surprised as you, honestly. After Dunstan checks in, I was like, I'm done with this guy.
Yeah, never. And not only that, I think I'm a stan. I think I'm a Jason Alexander stan at this point.
I'll take it, Steve. I support it.
And we start off with a nurse running down the hall. She's screaming. She's calling the cops. She's calling everybody. She's screaming through the phone, breaking the cop's ear. And then the telephone line, it reaches some emergency button. Then we cut to Duckman. He's enjoying the finer things in life until he gets that Duckman signal. And then he's on the prowl. He's in his Duckmobile. And he follows this nurse into the darkness. And a guy like holds her hostage. He's like trying to get a hold of her, and all of a sudden the lights come on, and that guy is a game show host.
I love the naughty nurse. I love the animation of this show, man. It's something I never really like. It stood out to me from watching this as a kid. I just thought it was like a funny show, but it's got this like darkness to it. I know there's like an animated style that I've seen of this that's not Duckman, but I can't clock who it is. But yeah, the whole chase scene's hilarious. And it's clearly a dream, Steve, because everything's very pro Duckman in this. He's sitting having a brandy. He's got a Duckman signal. We know this isn't Duckman because we've seen this show.
Yeah. And the game show is called This Could Be Your Life. And the way the dream ends is the game show host telling him, like, your family don't think you shit, basically.
They don't love you.
Yeah.
So aren't they like in a booth or something, like in the show? Like the family's there just like basically harassing him. Yeah. But this dream, what was a dream turned into a nightmare. Finally, Duckman comes to in the real world, and it's not a mansion. It's not a Duckman mobile. It's a mattress on a floor of a shitty room, Steve. And I've been here, Duckman.
Yeah, more so than others, man, because I'm sure part of your wake up routine is reaching for a pack of Parliaments, which is what Duckman does. He reaches for his pack of smokes, and he got mousetrap. There's mousetraps set up in the packs. So what does he do next? He just grabs an ashtray from under his bed and licks it. I guess, yeah, that'll suffice.
You got to get something, Steve. You got to get that buzz in a little bit. And a delicious treat's a delicious treat. You know,
I hope you never reach those links.
No, I did not. I accidentally drank ashed cigarettes in a can of pop from time to time, but no, not that. So, we see Duckman's real life. It's not great. He can't even smoke a cigarette. So he gets in the kitchen. Bernice is already she's up. She's doing like 5 things at once, cooking breakfast, lifting weights. But as we know, as actual watchers of this show after episode 1, the relationship ain't great, Steve. Bernice is his sister-in-law, I believe.
twin sister-in-law of his ex-wife, his deceased wife.
And she's like, cook your, it's the whole thing. Cook your own breakfast. Do that.
Yeah.
You didn't do this.
Yeah.
I've been here too, Steve. Not with Kendra, but hey, I love you, babe.
And you're supposed to get your dog neutered. He had caught him looking at the hamster again. And you got to stop smoking. You can't have my house smelling like a cesspool. So
I didn't smoke. That was actually a pretty good Jason Alexander, Steve. I like that.
It was. And we meet the rest of the family. Bernice, his son Ajax. We haven't seen the dog Gecko, I don't think yet, but Charles and Mambo, that's the joined twins, and Grandmama,
who is comatose except for her anus that is just leaving gas out at all times, Steve, which that's got to not really be a great environment. That's why the cigarettes help. But yeah, Ajax, he's not really all there. We meet him. He's kind of a dummy. The conjoined twin guys, they're not dummies. They're geniuses, which I love. And so basically everybody's just kind of ignoring Duckman, Steve. It's starting to feel like nobody really cares, And
to the point where he actually disappears in the house. And so he makes it to work, and you see Fluffy and Uranus. These are his punching dolls. He just abuses these two dolls. They're like Care Bear dolls. He just
But they love him, Steve, and they're giving him good advice about eating well and not smoking cigarettes. They're the ones that are responsible for putting these traps in all of his cigarette packs so he'll continue not smoking. And I think they kind of like give him one more announcement, and he just kicks one of them out. He just starts really, what you said. This is like a smash room. One of them goes out the window, and the other one, like, he kicks and it gets impaled on like a coat hanger, I think, or something.
Yeah,
it's not going well.
And then we meet Cornfed for the first time, and he's complaining to Cornfed like, "I'm invisible, Corny. I'm slipping through cracks without making a mark." And he says, like, "Man, you know what? You have things that make you special, though." Well, okay. Name one thing that makes me unique that I'll be remembered for.
That ship.
Is that a Zeppelin? I don't even have a coffee mug with my name on it.
What does it say on it? Like whoever. So, he's insignificant, Steve, but somebody thought enough of him because he gets a package. That's awesome. And he's like, "Oh, well, somebody loves me, but it's a letter bomb, Steve." And Uranus takes the brunt of the explosion. Gone. Maybe cut in half, but severe damage has been done.
But now Duckman, because he's a detective, he wants to know who could it be. So him and Cornfed go straight to the maximum security prison, and he's getting patted down, and apparently he's ticklish. But he's there because he's telling the warden, "I know exactly who it was." We have a detective's instinct. Do you know who the warden is voiced by?
No.
Good old Jeffrey Jones. The cancel button is here.
Who is Jeffrey Jones?
He's the diddler, the dad from Beetlejuice, the dad from...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you can't do a 90s nostalgia show without talking about a couple of pederasts, Steve. That's just the unfortunate reality that we're living in now. Yeah. That's funny, though. Yeah, and Duckman's at this prison because one of the guys he put away, one Wolfgang Cracker, who I think that's just a great name. He's in this prison, and Duckman caught him, Steve. So they kind of go through this prison. A couple of funny things happen where he's like Duckman's talking shit about the prisoners. But as soon as he says something really bad, like they just open the doors and it's like what they say, honor system prison or something like that.
Yeah. The high society criminals, but then the low lives though are the white collar criminals, and they're far gone. You can't reach them. But another fun fact: Wolfgang Cracker, he is voiced by the dad from The Nanny, Charles Shaughnessy.
Oh, okay. And he's kind of living like a fat rat in prison, Steve. He was a cannibal, I guess. But now we go into this like weird cell, and he's got like a whole staff of people. He's got like a PR team. He's selling books. He's got like a stock ticker in there. It's a whole like industry in this cell.
He's got a best-selling book, man, and it's about his favorite finger foods. It's been a success. He's getting booked for Oprah, Phil Donahue. 2020 is going to have a sit down when he gets released. Shit, he's got millions of people loving him. So why would I want you dead, Doug, man? I want to rub my success in your face. You're better off alive. Look at me win.
But as he's, kind of going through that, he gets a package. So now that package comes, that's another letter bomb, and it explodes. And now it basically confirms Duckman's detective intuition's really kind of off, Steve. And I think we all knew that. I don't think he has any detective intuition, because what we find, I forgot to call out, like what we found out is that, Duckman doesn't seem like a guy who would catch a criminal, right? Yeah. But in this case, what happened was he basically just tripped Wolfgang Cracker while he was getting away, and the guy tripped and fell into a cop car. And he's like, yeah, you don't have to talk about that, but success.
Yeah, but he got the assisted tackle. And then we cut back to after Cornfed and Duckman leave the prison, there's another letter bomb that they throw out the car over the overpass, but by the time they make it to under the overpass, it falls back into the car, and then they get blown up again.
Getting blown the hell up. And get back to the home, and Bernice was like, yada, yada, yada. Some guy called and said he was going to bomb you and kill you. Whatever.
Bye.
Yeah, so she takes the kids. Duckman's just kind of like kicking rocks. He's just disheveled at this point. But because he wanted to basically go home and bond with his boys, before he dies. He's about to be killed, Steve. Somebody's on his ass. And he just wanted to have a little quality time with Ajax and the two weird conjoined twin kids.
Yeah. But they ain't got time for that. So he's left feeling just out of place, like my kids don't care about me. I'm living with my sister-in-law who hates me. Hey, Cornfed, let's head to the attic. Let me show you something right quick. So Duckman, he pulls out his home movies, and apparently he was in Steamboat Willie as a kid. And there was a side character, a Mother Goose, who tells him, like, hey, treating people like this mouse does is the surest way of success. Duckman's like, man, shut the hell up. So then he's in an episode of Popeye, and he has to save olive oil from the train tracks. Then he gets the spinach, he's like, man, I ain't eating no spinach, man. Where's my smokes at? So as he smokes a cigarette, olive oil gets ran over. Oh, Duckman. And then he goes to Jellystone Park as him and his dad. Hey, boo boo. And he tells his dad, like, I'm not going to college. But his dad chases him like, I'm going to drag you to the college if it kills me.
He's basically in every Hanna-Barbera cartoon. He's a cartoon. So his whole beginning life was him in those, but his child self is basically just a chain smoking asshole, which he's turned into, Steve. Art begot life. And I love that Cornfed is being held down to watch all of these, because it's like a home movie selection, and he's like clockwork oranged into a bed to watch all these crazy things. And the final tape or reel or whatever you want to call it is actually Duckman meeting Bernice. We see his wife, and we see him raising Charles and Mambo. Is that
Charles and Mambo? Yeah.
So but she's dead now. So we kind of cut away from that, and Cornfed's just like, crazy how much has changed since Bernice died. And Duckman, we see a little behind the curtains, dude. A little sad.
And we find out that tomorrow's their wedding anniversary. As he finds that out, or as he tells Cornfed that there's a package that comes in, it says, I'll see you at your grave.
That's dun dun dun. This guy's really good at making these bomb packages. See, the Unabomber in this world is just at it. But the package comes in, and they immediately like they just get into a chase with this guy. We kind of see him; he's in the shadows, but they chase him and they chase him to a graveyard, Steve. So they get there, they pursue this bomber into the graveyard, and basically Duckman like trips and falls into his own grave. It's weird. His ex-wife is Beatrice. I keep saying Bernice, I think.
Yeah.
But he knows where he's at, and he's like, "Wait, what the hell? This is my my dead wife's grave. What's going on?" And we finally see this bomber, Steve. It's like a weird, hairy elephant guy. I don't know.
He's the Mad Bomber, and not only does he have him where he wants him, he also has a chainsaw. And as he approaches Duckman with the chainsaw, it flies out of his hands into Duckman's, and like so he doesn't chop him up. We find out that the Mad Bomber, he had his marriage ruined because Duckman took pics of him having an affair, and she was my everything, but now I don't have a purpose. You know what? Hold up. It wasn't you. It was a guy who looked like you. All duck detectives look alike. But yeah, there's nothing about you that stands out.
He keeps calling him like Daffy. It's like Darkwing Duck, Daffy. He keeps calling them combinations of that. And because even Duckman's like, man, I don't even remember that. I think I remember this guy. So yeah, this guy's been trying to kill Duckman, but he's like, man, sorry, bro, wrong guy. And Duckman can't even like bring himself to take him to the cops. I love. He's like, dude, I'm kind of like feeling down. Can I trust you to just like go to the cops, please?
Yeah. But he's like, look, man, all is not lost. I know you feel like you lost your identity when you lost your wife, but you still have something special. What, my chainsaw? No, your children. They need you. You're special to them. You mean a lot to them, believe it or not. But even after that being said, he doubts his own worth as a father.
Yeah, and he's like just looks at his wife's grave and is like, man, she just made me better. Like she made me a good father and stuff. It's actually kind of sad. But then we cut to the next day, and Duckman's like back home, dragging his feet, just like depressed. He stops outside the door. He can hear people inside. He's just over it. So he walks. His house is like kind of like next to a highway, and he just walks to a dead end of this road that he lives on, and just he wants to be by himself, Steve.
Yeah. But then his kids come out. Ajax comes out to wish him a happy anniversary, and he even gives him half of his Scooby-Doo sandwich. It's like, oh, thank you, son.
Should look good. And Ajax actually tells him nice things. It's like real, like, yeah, we're talking, it's got to be tough. Mom's dead, but we think you're doing a good job. It's like it's a real emotion, and Duckman's just like, thank you, son. And Ajax and them just leave, Steve. That's all it is. That's family.
Dedicated to the memory of Frank Zappa.
That's crazy. It stopped right before I saw like the dedicated to, but I didn't see who it was to. I wonder why that was. Was it somebody like that made the show? Was he part of the show?
Well, Ajax is voiced by Dweezil Zappa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But Duckman, it just gets better. We've liked the show. We've talked about this show in the time that we've had our show. And I don't think I've ever seen the first episode, but as far as first episodes go, pretty damn good.
Yeah. Just like this next one, also in 94, Weird Science debuts on USA with the episode She's Alive. Gary and Wyatt, in the quest to create the perfect woman, use their computer during a raging lightning storm and create Lisa, a computer genie who can grant their every wish.
I wish Lisa was here right now, Steve. Who is that chick? Because that's an early crush for Matt G, for sure. This chick is phenomenally hot.
Vanessa Angel.
And wow, an appropriate name. And she's got like an English accent, just a light one. Just that sexy English accent, not the me bolix accent. The good one.
The good one. And I don't know how familiar you are with the movie that had Anthony Michael Hall, Ian Mitchell Smith, and Kelly LeBrock. I would prefer, honestly, Kelly LeBrock over this one.
Oh, I'm in Vanessa Angel. Kelly LeBrock looks like Zool to me, from Ghostbusters, but I love the movie. The movie was great. Isn't it John Hughes?
John Hughes and Billy Paxton played the crazy ex-military guy.
Chet, the guy they got for this, I was good. The show, I used to watch it all the time. It was there was another show that this was it Parker Lewis?
Well, it was paired with Duckman because they were both a part of Up All Night.
Okay,
so that's why they debuted.
It was.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller was just a syndication deal on USA.
But I used to love this show. I mean, I watched it a lot. It was just on. I had USA. And, another first episode. Gary, Wyatt, we meet them. They're losers. They're nerds, Steve. Not that big of nerds. They're not fat. They're not ugly. But they're going to high school now. It's the first day. They're not losers anymore. This is the first day of the rest of their life, Steve.
Clean slate. No more being ridiculed like in grade school or middle school. So when they go into the school, girls are checking them out and they're already feeling on 10. They on 11, Matt. But then the chachas come to them with the varsity jacket wearing mofos. Don't you know you're standing on the school emblem?
We're so embarrassed for you. I hate that guy, Steve.
Same.
That guy's 40 going to high school also. That guy needs to go. You need to go home. Go back to your wife.
And the main chud, I hate his jaw. His jaw is just so elongated and it's just too much meat on that jaw.
It's punchable for sure. I mean, definitely got a lot of real estate there, but that's high school, Steve.
No, I wish somebody would have told me about stepping on a yellow jacket. I would have pulled my wiener out and pissed all on the. I ain't supposed to sit on. Man, let me take a crap on this.
You remember though, that first day of high school where everyone's like, "You're gonna get hazed." Everybody, you go in. I was like, I don't think that's gonna happen, and it didn't happen. But I do remember being stressed about it for a little bit. What's high school, man? What's good? These are adults now, there's a little bit of that in the show,
I was wired different, man. I wish the mother would, man. But I mean, and I wasn't a tough guy, but I was ready to go crazy on any of those fools. But so because they stepped on the school emblem, they get their ass beat and their clothes destroyed.
It looks like they got chewed up, Steve, because they cut to them getting off a bus, which I'm assuming is filled with little kids, and they're like, "Thanks for not spitting on us." Actually, Steve and I were in the back of the bus, so we probably would have been spitting on them. But I thought that was hilarious.
We totally cracked jokes on you. We didn't get you physically, but we made your spirit break from time to time.
Yeah, you wouldn't have felt great walking off the bus. But they come out. They're at Gary's house, and Gary's parents are getting out. And this is the 90s parents that are basically checked out. They see their son looking like he got attacked by a bear, and they're like, "Bad first day, son."
He's got toilet paper in his hair.
Yeah. I smell like fucking urinal cakes. Okay, this is not good. And then to make matters worse, Gary's insane psychotic brother Chet comes over, and he's like a guy. I mean, he's definitely a January 6th Trump person at this point. We cut him out. But he's a psycho, Steve. He's
my favorite character on this. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, Vanessa Angel, of course, yeah, but Chet, outside of that, yeah.
He's a guy who's gonna fart in his hand and just go,
Yeah. He's totally Wayne. Yeah. Showing some leg, pussy. Take care of my bags too, ladies. Yeah, I'm as hungry. I'm so hungry I could eat a dog as big as a horse.
I mean, and the parents almost seem intimidated by this guy. I mean, he's just running the house. So we cut from that. He's inside eating a hoagie. Hoagie's huge in TVs, Steve. We saw a big hoagie in Duckman carry over onto this show, and he's like making them shine his moose head, Steve.
Yeah.
What kind of life is this guy leading? And he's also explaining how he was in the military, and the dad's like, "You're not going to do this" or something. And I think Chet got a dishonorable discharge. Let's put it like that, Steve.
Pretty much. Unless those commies get their act together, I'll be here for the long haul. So we cut to Gary and Wyatt in the room, and they're just like, why aren't we at the school dance right now? Because none of the girls want to talk to us.
I mean, Wyatt's just horned out, Steve. He's ready to go. And like he says, he's like, why can't we be like, why don't chicks like us? Like, I've been watching Playboy Channel for years. Like, you think all that swag that we're picking up off the Playboy Channel would translate to a little sniz in the real world?
Yeah,
but that's just not the reality, Wyatt. It's just not the reality. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you.
It does the complete opposite. It drives a further wedge between you and the ladies, because now your mental is on some whole other level, for the worse.
I need you to. I'm not gonna even say it. Yeah, so they're watching not Playboy Channel. It's just Frankenstein's on TV, and Wyatt gets this crazy idea, which honestly, I'd be like, are you having a fucking seizure or something? Like, you sound stupid. But he's basically like, yeah, man, like, this is a great idea. Let's create a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
A real woman, not like no Rosie from Jetsons. I'm talking about full. She's got all her holes that are
36,
usable.
24, 36.
And like we discussed earlier, they're just putting random pictures together, dictionaries, Beavis and Butthead calendars, Mad TV or Mad magazines, comics, crazy
What's
shit.
The program they're loading all this information into, Steve? This is a 90s. This is a Dell. This is a gateway. I don't know what the program is, but there's magically this program where you can design a woman. I never played that. I was playing Carmen Sandiego and shit.
In Doom, man, you had to have the beta. That's what they used. They used the beta of Windows 95. It was a special edition, and they had to recall them because it's like, nah, you're using this to make hot chicks.
We got too much sperm being spilled over this. I got double D women walking the streets like hotcakes.
Here, have some solitaire.
Yeah. Play some Minesweeper instead. But I just love 90s. Like, whenever any computer technology is involved, just what they show you on the screen. It's like you hear somebody typing, like they're typing a dissertation, and then it's like a 3D grid of tits. Like, what is this? What are you putting in there? Is it ones and zeros? But they're designing the hell out of a woman, Steve. I'll tell you that.
They create a tornado within their room. The wind is blowing in their face. Lightning strikes. And then this hot chick, Vanessa Angel, she appears and then she disappears. They pull the plug from the computer and then she reappears with a bang.
Just looking fantastic in that white dress. And they did it, Steve. I mean, I'd call science. I don't know if there's like a 1-800-SCIENCE hotline, but I'd want to get some experts in here because I just created a woman out of MS-DOS. So I don't like, is this bitch about to like kill us? I don't know, but she's sitting there liking what she's like. Even she's like, damn, okay. Ass and titties. I'm feeling great about it. And her name's Lisa, Steve.
Well, yeah, we don't find that out until Chet comes in and he sees his moose is melted, the moose head. Then he turns around and he sees Lisa and he's just like, hey, losers, beat it. Me and he asked what's her name, and she's like, well, then I think it's Wyatt or Gary is like, Lisa. So yeah, it's like, man, me and Lisa, we're gonna get it figured out about this moose head and another type of head. So y'all scram, get now. So she's like, no, I'm Wyatt's. I belong to him. I know he looks like a pussycat, but he's gifted.
And Chet can't believe himself, Steve. He he's overwhelmed. I think he takes Gary and just like shoves him into his locker, which is just like a piss closet.
No, Wyatt. Wyatt is the shorter one with the. He's the brunette. Gary is the tall one.
Oh,
With
okay.
the,
I'm
yeah.
fucking it up. Okay. So Wyatt gets pushed into Chet's locker. He's sitting there like, I hate you. I hate you, Chet. I wish you'd go to hell. And then Chet just disappears, Steve. So this is, I mean, like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What is going on here? I didn't just create a sex robot. I created a genie. That's pretty cool, Steve.
Where did Chet go? He's where you wished him. Hell.
Holy shit. So he has to like take a second. He's like has to lay down. He's shocked. So they're sitting there like trying to figure out what's going on because now this isn't just a real doll, Steve. This is a woman who can grant you wishes apparently because she made Chet go to a hell, which is also thinking about this now. You also found out hell exists, Steve, which means heaven exists. So that problem's taken care of too.
I wish we had this for Sean Cunningham, but she tells him the wish will wear off because she's like a PC genie. I can only do so much. Well, all right, since you can grant wishes and whatnot, how about we get in the back of a limo? Me, you, and Wyatt, we do it up, pop some bubbly. And then so they get to the limo. He's like, let's not stop there. How about $1 million? And in no time, a big, what is those Dick Clark and Ed McMahon checks just pops up in his hand?
Publishers Clearinghouse, Steve. I mean, they're literally watching it on screen and the check pops off of some lovely lottery winner's hands and pops right into the limo, Steve. But then it just immediately disappears. So it's, it's cool to have a genie, but you got to give me like 5 minutes to cash this check, please. Like you got to can we do that? Let's run that back a little bit longer. Let's get close to a Bank of America so I can get this in there. But yeah, so there's a lot to like about Lisa, Steve, but there's a couple of drawbacks, a couple of disappointments.
The wishes could last an hour, a day, or just a few seconds. She asks, like, so what do you want? What do you guys want? Well, I want those girls that we really like to fall in love with us. Consider it done.
That's it. And I mean, I also love, and I guess we'll get to it. I'm not going to go into it yet. So they get to this dance, Steve. They got freaking they're suited and booted. They got a limo. I mean, they're ballers at this point. But they don't know exactly how this is going to work, So I think they like walk up to the chicks that they like. And they're like, "Oh, hello, guys you love back here." And the chicks are like, "Ugh, are you trying to do you need some help, little boy?" They're not into it. So did the magic work? It's about to.
It hasn't kicked in yet because they're still playing them. Like, oh, you smell like jack off. But then, like, as they're talking to the girls, the chuds, they come back. Don't you know you're talking to our dates?
I'm so embarrassed for you. What a douchebag, Steve. But as that happens, Lisa pops in looking even hotter in this new red dress she put on that's just, God, this is so hot. I'm going to look up nude after this. Vanessa Angel, Steve, remind me that. And she's like, "Oh, Wyatt and Gary, what's up?" And everybody in this like dance is like, "What the hell is going on here?" And she just basically, puts the spell on. And now Wyatt and Gary are just love potion number 9, Steve. They're irresistible.
And it gets to the point where it becomes a problem because not just those two chicks, but all the girls at this dance are feeling Wyatt and Gary. And after all of this, you got to beat them off with a bat at this point. Then the teacher, she tries to calm down the calamity. She's like, "Nah, I'm saving them for me.
They need some old meat." Hey, she's ready, Steve. She looks like Mrs. Doubtfire, honestly. It's pretty nuts. But they could have definitely tag teamed her. But yeah, this is getting into a they're about to get ripped apart fucking type situation, Steve. So it's getting a little scary. And instead of, just kind of seeing what happens, which is kind of where I'd go with this, even with the old lady in the mix, they hide out in the bathroom, Steve, that's sad,
Yeah. And they get tailed by the D-backs. We're so embarrassed for you. Like, we don't get it. Pasty skin, no butt, Adam's family hair. Why do girls want them over us? Like, y'all are ugly too. Like,
You're 40. Like, go to your job and get some bitches. Like, I'm sorry. And I like Gary's like, look, man, it's the cuttability. Some people got it, like us, and you guys just don't got it.
it's got to be in you, not on you.
Yeah.
And, like, why don't you sand down that jaw? That's a starter. And even Jay Leno jaw, he's like, I suggest we investigate further. So tell me, Gary, how do you do it? Well,
Yeah. I mean, I'd be like, guys, we got a fucking genie. Why don't we, like, I don't know. They're not using it enough, but they're not going to beat their way out of this. So Lisa shows up in the bathroom again to save their butts. And this is actually kind of cool. She's like, get out of this like bathroom stall. She pushes the guys out, closes the door. So she's in there with Gary and Wyatt. And then this bathroom stall turns into an elevator, Steve. She just gets them right out of there. So that's pretty cool. But what if that wish stopped halfway through? What happens? Do you get cut in half?
stop in the purgatory elevator. I don't know. And it's a beeline straight to the upper floor. And when they get off the elevator, those same two chicks are waiting on them. So they go from the school to a date. They're at a restaurant, and those girls are eating up everything they say. They could have said, in my spare time, I like to pick my boogers and flick them. I'm like, oh my god, boogers are so gross, but he's so good.
We're so cute. Like boogers with you, I'll take it. Yeah, and they're kind of like even just, it seems like brain dead almost, because they're not even, they are saying things, but it's like zombified where they're like, yeah, you're so hot. They're drugs, Steve. But they're there for the picking, except at one point when Gary throws a zinger at them, their cool suits disappear and they've just become the nerdy selves, which is just normal looking dudes, Steve.
And then after that, they run back to Lisa like, look, you have to turn us back into studs. But Wyatt, being the sensible one, he's like, look, dude, Gary, don't even bother. Those girls, they don't really like us. He's right, Gary. Now, but at the same time, just be you. Because if I think you're cool, I think you're good guys, so will they. So Wyatt, he takes heed to this. And he's like, look, I know you guys, I know you girls can do better, but all we're asking for is a chance. We'd give all the magic away in the world to be with you. And like they're feeling it a little bit. You could tell like Wyatt's making some leeway. And then Gary comes in. He's like, then we can make it to the back of the limo and play Slap the Vinyl.
I'm a nice man. Yeah, and they're like, okay, we're out of here. So Gary's just the fucking boner killer of all boner killers here.
Ugly Jason.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I mean, there's not as ugly outside, but inside, yes. So they're back to just jacking off in fucking Gary's room, Steve.
I feel like me and you have both been in that situation where you're talking to a girl or like getting friendly with the girl, at least trying to, get to know her. But for whatever reason, he's there. And then he just says some dumb shit that pisses her off, pisses you off. And then just the whole thing, just like, dude,
one time, remember that? I'm just going to like, because we're talking about it, it just came to my head and I'm about to just lose it. When we lived in that farmhouse, right?
Okay.
He always would come around. We'd hide from him from time to time. But I remember one time, dude, we were in my room, which is small, right? We had like 3 girls in there. It was me, Jordan, that kid Fluff that we used to hang out with, the people that lived next to us.
Yeah.
That's not normal for us at that time. There was a bunch of chicks in there. We're smoking, having a good time. I'm vibing with somebody. I don't even remember what this chick looked like. And because, this is what pissed me off about him. I was chubby. So he walks in, completely fucks the vibe up, and is like, what are you going to go eat? He made like a fat joke. I'm like, God damn it. Like, it was that kind of behavior where it's like, God,
Exactly.
you're a vibe killer no matter what. So
Yeah.
that's what Gary is basically, but in a more fun way, Steve, where he's just throwing out a couple of sexual innuendos. He calls it slapping vinyl, I think, which I don't get that.
I mean, banging on the car seats are typically at this time made of vinyl. So I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's easily wipeable. I get it. All that J. But so it's back to the room to jack off. But they do have this beautiful woman to come home to, which is great. But doesn't she like go? She basically disappears, like, because Gary's like, look, or not Gary, Wyatt's the good guy. So when they get home, he's like, look, your job's done here. We don't need you anymore, or something like that. So we think Lisa's done because she turns into like a Alex Mack ball of jelly and then goes into the computer again. I don't know what this technology is, Steve, but
Yeah, that's how they did in the 90s. That Alex smack turn into splooge, and then you go back to your natural habitat. But yeah, man, that's two debuts for this episode that happened in the 90s. And I wouldn't even call it a guilty pleasure. It was a good show. They didn't show nipple or booty or nothing like that, but it was a really hot chick.
I think I mean, if I'm looking at this correctly, I think it only made one season of this show.
No, they didn't.
Really?
No, because we covered like one of the other seasons. It lasted 5 seasons, 88 episodes.
I'm looking at the wrong screen here, but it. Yeah, I watched it a lot. I remembered it being more funny and wacky, and maybe it does get more wacky than this. But you know what, man? For a show to even be kind of good that you're making off the back of a movie and it's basically just a copy and paste thing, I feel like it's decent. And Vanessa Angel, God bless. I hope you still look like this. I hope you age like a fine wine. I don't think so. Typically, that's not the case, but we'll see, Steve. I'll look her up.
Yeah. And in 1996, Buddies debuts on ABC. Two friends decide to start a film company, and it lasts 1 season, 13 episodes, famously known for its starring Dave Chappelle and some Richard Roundtree to boot. Shaft.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And this was just part of like the Dave Chappelle experience in the 90s, where I think that's what he called his production company, was Pilot Boy, because he would be given pilot after pilot. He got to make, because he was so talented, and it just never went anywhere, And even this one, I mean, this is off of Home Improvement, but it just didn't get the traction,
Which we covered that episode, and initially it was supposed to be Dave Chappelle and Jim Brewer, but apparently Jim Brewer got fired about 8 days after he got hired. And I don't know, man, and because of these different stories we hear about Jim Brewer, maybe he was the problem. But Dave Chappelle, he wanted to quit, but they wouldn't allow him because he was under contract. So he went through with it, and it wasn't even a successful show. But this is right before Nutty Professor is released. So we're starting to see the trajectory of Dave Chappelle with this show, and then Nutty Professor, and then not too long after that, Half Baked would make him like somewhat of a cult figure, cult hero.
Yeah, him as Reggie and Nutty Professor. That was a huge, bright, shining spot of that movie for sure. And it is wacky, man. Like it's just timing and the right mix of stuff, because this is Dave Chappelle, man. Like we saw his show become one of the greatest shows of all time, and it was him. So it's wild. He had all these opportunities, and it just wasn't the right mix. But I mean, I think we all know where it led. So. I don't think anybody's doubting how talented Dave Chappelle is at this point.
Yeah, and maybe it was just the network restrictions, man. I don't think the man is built for cable, or at least the ABC.
He doesn't like authority, and I feel like whenever you're on ABC, that's all you have to deal with, And they kicked his buddy off the fucking show, so he had to deal with some other guy. So I'm probably that. that's not a good way to start a relationship, I guess.
In 1999, Analyze This premieres, a comedy about a psychiatrist whose number one patient is an insecure mob boss. Directed by Harold Ramis, starring Robert De Niro, Billy Crystal, Lisa Kudrow, Joe Fittarelli, and Chaz Palminteri.
Hold on, Steve. Something's going on downstairs. I'll be right back. I'm really sorry. That was scary.
So yeah, March 5th was a good day for Robert De Niro, and I actually like this one.
I don't like this movie, Steve. As much as I like Billy Crystal, I don't know, man. It just seemed cheesy to me.
This definitely fits the Robert De Niro wheelhouse, whereas like in the Mad Dog and Glory, he's a little whiny, wimpy cop. But this is what he's used to, and it's hilarious, man. I don't know if this is his first foray into comedy, but I laughed. If I go fag, you will die.
It's that to me, what I loved about watching this is you get to see all these guys that played mobsters like throughout the 90s. It's like they got the whole cast in this. The weird chubby guy that's his consigliere, that guy. And this became a thing. I mean, people loved it. I know my parents loved the hell out of this movie. And then I think they made a sequel to this shit somehow, which I don't remember that too well either, but
Analyze that.
But yeah, I mean, it is funny though. They literally that Mad Dog movie, they were like, that didn't work. You're playing you got to do De Niro. We need full De Niro on this.
Yeah, go all the way. But also in 1999, Cruel Intentions premieres. Two vicious step siblings of an elite Manhattan prep school make a wager to deflower the new headmaster's daughter before the start of term. Directed by Roger Cumble, starring Ryan Phillippe, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Reese Witherspoon, and Selma Blair.
What do you think, Steve? I think this is. I felt it made me want to like jay off when I was like younger and this movie came out. Watching this as an older person, I just found this very creepy. This movie's weird.
Well, it doesn't make me J.O., but it makes it hard because Sarah Michelle Gellar, especially in the 90s, the future Buffy, man, she just, yeah, I like that. She's a bratty, she knows how to play that bratty, evil, she's dark, Matt. She's dark.
Yeah. I mean, it's full of 90s hotties. And it's got Reese Witherspoon in it, who's also a hottie. Selma Blair, hottie. Did you know Fred Norris is in this, Steve? From
I was just going to say, I didn't catch him.
He's a meter maid. But yeah, I mean, it fits into that realm of like erotic thriller movies in the 90s that I feel like there's not a lot of it being made anymore. And what I remember from this was spoofed on Scary Movie was like the disgusting like spit kiss thing. Yeah. I remember that.
The saliva, yeah. But there's a difference. Reese Witherspoon, she's attractive, but I always looked at her as cute. Whereas Sarah Michelle Gellar is just always been sexy. There's a difference, you know what I mean? Like they're both attractive, but they're in their own different category.
I get that. I think that's everybody. Like that's just your personal taste. I find Sarah Michelle Gellar scary and mean looking.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe that's what it is. That falls into that dark white chick that you like, that mean white chick. So I'm more of the girl next door, Reese Witherspoon type, Steve.
Boring.
So there you go. That's just, to each his own.
Missionary sex every time, and it's not even going to be. Are you done yet?
Starfish, Steve? I don't think so. Reese Witherspoon? Kidding me?
I bet she has boring sex. But I mean, I don't know, man. Cruel Intentions, it did it for me. It was frustrating seeing Ryan Phillippe turn down Sarah Michelle Gellar's advances, but he does eat some
related, right? They're related, aren't they?
Stepsister.
Oh,
Stepsister.
I guess that's like half a porno now. So that's where that like is coming from, basically.
Yeah, coming from. But
oh, yes.
And also in 1999, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels premieres. When four small-time criminals lose a rigged poker game against a London kingpin, he gives them 1 week to settle their enormous debt. Directed by Guy Ritchie, starring Jason Fleming, Dexter Fletcher, Nick Moran, Jason Statham, Stephen McIntosh, Vinnie Jones, and Sting?
Sting, Steve.
What?
Sting.
Every step you take.
He's awesome in this. Sting is a great actor, dude. I love Sting and something. But this is we get a first taste of a lot of things in this. We get Guy Ritchie coming to America. We get Jason Statham's first jaunt in America. We get the guy behind you, Vinnie Jones, who I always just thought was a complete cool badass, to be honest with you.
Same, dude. I always appreciate the guys who play tough guys that look the part. Vinnie Jones is one of them, just like Danny Trejo. Like, if you need a tough, badass looking dude, those are two people to start right there, man. Vinnie Jones, just the look, man. He has the look of just, I'm here to fuck shit up.
I feel like this is something I was thinking about with this movie. He is to Guy Ritchie as Sam Jackson is to Quentin Tarantino. It just works fantastically because he basically played the same guy in Snatch.
Yeah.
But it's so memorable. The lines. I love his character in this specifically because he's this like complete badass. But he's like going around breaking people's legs with his son, who he's like, you can't cuss, little kid. He's like being a good dad, but also beating the shit out of people and stuff. So
headbutts.
I love this movie, man. I always love this. I like Snatch a little bit more. I think obviously it's a little more fast paced, but lot to like in this. A lot of fun, a lot of funny, like a lot of comedy, and the villains in this, like. There's something about a big ass bald British dude that's got a deep gravelly voice like this. It's good, Steve. I respect it.
And that guy, he's actually a legend over there, man. He was a bare knuckle fighter back in the day, and apparently he died just before this movie premiered. And going back to what we were saying before, like Jason Statham, he fits that role too. He always plays like a badass, but he looks the part. I'm sure like he could really kick your ass too. He's trained in martial arts. Yeah.
He's an ass. I mean, it's crazy though. He was an he was like a diver and a dancer and stuff. And then he just got to be this like badass. But, and I think he was like a street grifter too. Like somebody that does like card, like stuff.
3-card money.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. Like I think that's how Guy Ritchie kind of like found him, which is hilarious. But if you like Guy Ritchie, or at least early Guy Ritchie, I feel like he's kind of changed a little bit. This is right there, man. Like watch this and Snatch and you're good. It's fantastic.
Yeah. You're a legend for Snatch and Madonna Snatch. Hey yo, but going back to Vinnie Jones too, man. On the first day of filming, he had just been released from police custody. Like it doesn't get any more bad. He lives that life. He's just he's the
Beanie Siegel of the UK, Steve. He's just out there just intimidating people. And I mean, I think he was wasn't he like a soccer player or something? He was some kind of.
He's a soccer player.
He's a soccer player and soccer hooligan. He's everything wrapped into one, which is what you want, Steve. That's a whole shebang.
He was arrested for beating up his neighbor.
Okay, yep. That clocks.
Yeah.
Son. I just love he's just that wherever that English accent is, where it's like classy, but they're just gonna whoop the shit out of you. I don't know where that's from, but I like that, Steve. That's the sauce I like from the UK.
But what are the callbacks this week, my guy?
Well, I talked about it a little bit before we started recording, but we have a huge list of stuff. We have to kind of whittle it down, and I just wanted to call some attention to one of the funniest martial arts movies from the 90s, Best of the Best 2. Not 1, 2, Steve. Not only because it's got Chris Penn in it, which I just think is hilarious to see Chris Penn doing martial arts seriously, but it's got Eric Roberts in it, which is also great. Rest in peace, Chris Penn. I love you. You're an awesome actor. But there's this guy in it, Steve, who plays a character named Brackus, who's like, he looks like a giant Nazi. This guy his name's Ralph Moeller. He might be a giant Nazi. I don't know. He sounds like it, but it's like this prototypical, he looks like a human cyborg. And
wow, he was in a movie called Cyborg.
And I think there was a character named Brackus in wrestling, I think. Probably not because of Best and the Best 2, but you gotta watch it. It's got everything I just said and Wayne Newton playing the villain. So you just gotta see it. It's one of those get high and laugh your ass off at how insane the movie is. So check it out.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would be, and I did want to cover it, but man, we have a full list, and I could see it being on Up All Night, like one of those.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I definitely was on some USA like marathon of crappy martial arts movies that they raise. It's fantastic in how bad it is.
Yeah. Well, I hate I kept it off the list, man.
Oh, I'm not calling you out, Steve. I'm calling you out at all. We can't keep Best of the Best 2 on there whenever we got to talk about Mad Dog.
I mean, it had Murray, De Niro, Uma Thurman, Eric Roberts, Wayne Newton. Like, it's just, on paper, that's all I'm going off of before I watch them.
But I get it. But Wayne Newton, Steve, as a villain, just shout out.
And all I got, man, in 95, there was a crossover episode with The Critic and The Simpsons, because this is when The Critic got moved to Fox, and they're doing like a local film festival in Springfield. So Jay Sherman, they call for his mastery of film, his knowledge of film, and he's one of the guest film critics. And it really wasn't that good of an episode. I just thought it was cool to see that crossover. And Matt Groening actually did not like this at all. He didn't care for the animation style, he didn't like the crossover at all. I don't even think he had any participation in this episode.
Is that the one where Barney does like a short film and he's like, "Don't cry for me, I'm already dead,"
and he won it? Yeah.
It's like a leaf flying around or a bag or something. But yeah, dude, that's a funny that he didn't like the crossover. But I mean, when something's good, adding anything into it probably isn't a great idea. So I get it. I love that. He was a purist.
And one more thing before I forget, Robert Carradine, R.I.P. to him. He committed suicide. He deleted himself over the week, and most of us know him famously for Revenge of the Nerds, and I feel like he might have been one of the first people to portray a nerd that was somewhat cool. Before Screech, before Urkel, we had these guys, Revenge of the Nerds, and he was at the forefront. He was the head nerd. But that's more Eddie. But yeah, man,
close.
Like cultural icon, man. And I can't help but think, man, is there something with the Carradines? They're kind of like the Von Erichs of Hollywood. No, his brother.
He's related to David and Rob. Okay.
It's a huge family.
Man, well, wow, that's crazy. The Carradine DNA just made actors, which is crazy enough. But man, it is sad and that is weird. Like was it a choke jerk situation? Do you think, like his bro, or was it, You know, it's I feel like there's a fine line between a choke jerk and the deletion of oneself. You know what I mean?
I think he did himself in with an actual GUN, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
okay. I thought it was a hanging, but yeah, man. Another legend from our childhood gone, which I hate to see. And it's just weird, man. Weird to get old. Have all
Well, I
these
don't want to. It is, man, and I don't want to lie. In according to Wika, they just said it was ruled a suicide. They don't say how, but he was dealing with bipolar disorder for years, and it's a real thing, man. It can do a lot on your psyche. So it's important that you go to the doctor. They're professionals in this. They went to school for this. So you can't go around life being undiagnosed and being unchecked.
yeah, if everything every day feels like a grind where you're just like punching yourself in the head constantly, it's so bad. Go talk to somebody. And it is crazy to see these people that you think are like on top of the world, rich. They've been in all these movies and are famous in some way, just still struggling with like it. Nobody is immune to that kind of stuff. So it's strange. I hadn't heard his name for a while, and just to see that as like the thing that comes up is just sad. So yeah, man, stinks.
Well, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister, don't wake me, I'm dreaming. Check out Food Show Fanatics as well as Crushgasm every Wednesday with Kendra G, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcastle, and Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Mad G with
Happened in the 90s.
Suave.
That might be my new favorite song, Steve.